I'm Ed English, probably the senior partner with my son and my wife in Castlecor Potatoes. We're a family business here in Castlecor. We're growing potatoes here. I started it with my wife about 50 odd years ago. So we've developed since. So we grow about 200 hectares of potatoes. We grow about 200 acres, 220 acres of onions, and we grow something in the region of 400 hectares of barley, wheat, various other agricultural crops. In addition to that, we have a merchanting business here where we supply Lidl 365 days of the year with potato products and onions. We've tinkered with fertilising all our life in potatoes. We're constantly innovating, constantly looking for things that might in some way or other improve what we're at. Of late, what is very noticeable in all soils, nationwide in continuous tillage soils, is humus levels are going down in all soils. It's becoming increasingly important to look at the microbiology of soils, and we're looking at this increasingly. Slurries and other such products to put organic matter into the soil, we didn't like them, we don't like them, primarily because there are several chemicals applied to agricultural grass fields, which mostly forefront, which will pass through the cow and will inhibit crop growth in the following crop. There is a smell level, and then there is the problem of evenness of spread, which is probably not so important in grassland, but is critical in horticultural crops, where 10 or 15 units more nitrogen or less nitrogen, as the case may be, will have a big bearing on the crop. With Soilworks, I heard about it from people up mainly around Meath and Louth, and it seemed to be that the Soilworks pelleted organic fertiliser with the amount of nutrients that was in it, which I got the analysis of it, seemed to fit the bill. It seemed to have a consistency of ingredients in it, and pelleted, spreadable, fitting the bill for maybe a half a tonne of it, which is a considerable amount of organic fertiliser into the ground, doing the job of humus. And I said, look, it's giving me 40 units of nitrogen, which is about nearly 50% of my nitrogen requirement on potatoes, so I'll have a go at it. That's how it came to pass, This year we've continued with it again. We found that it had certainly, the crop grew every bit as good as it did with the inorganic fertilisers. We didn't have a nitrogen deficit. It seems to tick the box. Like, vegetables need slow release nitrogen really over a period of time, and as such it seemed to tick the box of that. So we went 50% of our nitrogen last year, 50% then going in inorganic. So this year, as a progression probably, in one particular site we have used double the rate and replaced all of our nitrogen with Soilworks. It arrives on site in a sealed bag, so it's storable outside, which is important. Easy enough to lift into the spreader. It's a hugely important part of our production. I don't think other people who are looking for an organic solution to fertiliser, I think they would find that Soilworks would be something that could very well fit into their programme.